Ali sat cross-legged on the cold floor, his stubby crayon dragging lines of color across the peeling wall, building a universe only he could see. Yara stepped into the room quietly. In her hands, she carried a paper bird, folded with care from old newspaper, creased and fragile like everything else they held onto. She knelt beside him, watching his world unfold on the wall. "Ali," she asked, tilting her head gently, "if you could fly, where would you go?" "To the moon," he beamed. "And then to school. And then to eat ice cream." Yara smiled, her heart aching with the sound of his joy. "One day, we'll fly there together, okay?" Later that day, the sun burned high over Gaza, casting sharp shadows across broken streets. Yara walked alone, a plastic jug bumping against her leg. The buildings she passed were empty husks, walls ripped open by war. There were red X's smeared across them, warnings etched in spray paint, or perhaps drawn by the sky itself. "Mama says if a building gets a red X, you don't go near it," Yara thought. "I think the sky draws them." At the corner, a soldier stood, silent, still. She didn't look up. She'd learned how to disappear. Be quiet. Be small. Be invisible. That night, they gathered in the dim apartment, sitting close on the floor. Dinner was a handful of rice, sliced cucumber, and silence. Outside, the sky growled, a low, rolling sound that wasn't thunder. They all knew the difference now. "Eat, Ali," their mother said softly. "You need to grow strong." Yara looked up at her, voice small. "Mama, what happens if the sky falls on us?" Their mother paused, then reached out, her hand warm on Yara's cheek. "Then we fly, Habibti," she whispered. That night, the sky did fall. A flash ripped open the night, too bright, too close. The world shook. The air turned to fire. Screams rose and vanished. And then, nothing. Grey light seeped into what was left of the apartment. Yara opened her eyes beneath the rubble. Dust in her lungs, blood on her forehead. Her ears rang with a silence that screamed. Her limbs moved without strength. She called out, blinking against the light. "Mama, Ali." No one answered. She searched with broken hands, dragging herself through shards of memory and ruin. And then she saw it, her mother's shoe, covered in blood. And next to it, a small, worn shoe. Ali. Her breath caught. The world narrowed. Her fingers shook as she lifted it, pressed it to her chest. "I promised we'd fly," she thought. "I promised." Later, she stood on the rooftop. Dust clung to her skin. Her eyes were dry but empty. In her hand, the paper bird. She looked up. The sky is the same everywhere, she thought. Blue, wide, beautiful. But here, it breaks hearts. She let the bird go. It rose into the wind for a moment, light, trembling, then fell.